You think you can't meet a woman? Working 5 graveyard shifts a week? You still have the fucking weekends off, bro. I work for 4 weeks straight. 28 days straight, non-stop. 28 days in a hole. I would then come back for 2 weeks off. Of those 2 weeks, the first day I'm basically sleeping and recovering. One of the days going back there is all flying up there. So I basically have 10 days where I have to come back, see my family, see my friends, and make a girlfriend and a life in that time? You have a lot better of a shot than I ever did then. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. What is going on, world? I am the Hungarian Experiment, and welcome back to another video where I respond to your YouTube comments. Now, the other day I posted up a video where I just show you guys what I pick up from the grocery store typically. As I explained in that video there, I've lived a very situational month. I've been working a lot, along with work, along with the YouTube channel. Christmas is coming. Life has been very situational, so I haven't been eating very strictly in how I typically like to. You know, I enjoy cooking, but there's just some days, there's some weeks, there's some months where it's just not viable, it's not optimal for myself and for my lifestyle. So over the last month I've been eating out a lot lately, just kind of buying like chicken and rice just before I head into work there or as I'm leaving work so I can get my calories in for the day. But I wanted to make this month, you know, as I get ready here for December, and I want to optimize my hormones for the new year and for hopefully doing this growth hormone testing, that I wanted to show you guys what I picked up from the grocery store there. Now, from that video, this sparked a unique kind of comment there, and I wanted to discuss this. I wanted to discuss my response as well as some other people's response here, and I also wanted to take you guys through, and I kind of wanted to explain my financial situation. You know, when I watch YouTube, I watch other people out there in the world, this is only one side of people. There's still, you know, 365 days out of the year, there's still all these minutes that go on in the day that you guys don't see. And, you know, for myself, I try to be as open and honest as I possibly can be. I try to display all my life factors. I try to take you guys through my life and tell and show you guys everything that's going on with me, so that way when I experiment around with something or I implement a new product or a new exercise or a new service or anything into my life, you guys have a great understanding of where I'm coming from, where I'm starting out at, or what I've manipulated a year or two ago to get to where I am right now in life. So I thought it'd be important to explain my financial situation because, you know, I discuss my serving job and how much money I typically make from there time to time, and, you know, I take you guys typically every once in a while, definitely on my Snapchat, through my YouTube analytics. So you guys are seeing, you know, oh, he's making $200 a night serving and he's making $200 a month on YouTube. Like, as this guy said here, you're making money out of your ass. And you know, like, it took me a lot to get to this point in my life. I had to sacrifice a lot of things. I had to sacrifice a lot of opportunities to make money, to build the skills and to build the knowledge to get me to where I am right now. And it's not like I'm anywhere fascinating. It's not like I'm anywhere amazing and grandiose. Maybe, hopefully, I will get to that point eventually in my life, and you guys will see how I will carry out that lifestyle and how I will live that life if I do have money and I do have the ability to, you know, spend and live my life the way I want to. As of right now, like, I'm filming this video in my mother's apartment. I live in the same apartment building. I pay my own rent, but I film up here because it is a little nicer. There's better lighting because there's more windows. Like, if you guys have ever seen my apartment, I live in a bachelor apartment. I have a window in my bedroom is looking at a cement wall, and the window in my living room is half looking at a cement wall. So I do have a discount for my apartment, but it's because, you know, like, no one wanted to rent that place out. So the apartment was sitting there available for like 6 to 8 months or something, so I hopped on it, you know, like, why would I want to spend an extra $100 to $200 a month just to be able to look outside when, you know, my mother has that opportunity, and I'm typically up here anyways because, you know, I enjoy being around my mother. She has the dogs. I like to be here to help her out and help the dogs out, and, you know, just to be around, you know, like my sister's kind of moved out on her own with her own boyfriend there, so, you know, I'm a mama's boy. I like to stay around my mom. So this is my situation right now. So quickly, I'm going to run through this comment here. This video may be a little long, but I want you guys to understand my situation, where I'm coming from. I am in debt right now. I am in some serious debt at the moment, and I've taken some measures to get out of that debt. That is currently in the process of, you know, seeing if this is actually going to work, but I want you guys to know that, like, I don't have money coming out of my ass. Like, I'm struggling right now too, world. I'm going paycheck to paycheck, just like most of you guys out there in the world. It's not like I'm ahead in life. I'm actually quite behind in life. But for myself, I always told myself, you know, build the skills, build the knowledge, you know, live the lifestyle that you want to live, and the money will come one day. You know, help people out there in the world. Be open and honest with yourself. Accomplish and do the things that you are passionate about in the world, and the money will come eventually. So, as I've mentioned in the past, you know, I don't have, like, I'm telling you guys right now, I'm in debt right now, but I'm content with my journey because I don't base my success off of money. And that's where, you know, I see this guy and I read his comment, and he's judging his whole life based on success from money. And he's saying his life is shit and he wants to kill himself and he'd rather not participate in this world anymore. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that regularly. It probably happens like 4 or 5 times a year where it's just, you know, life just gets so stressful that because of the money. And it's all because of the money is that stressing me out more than anything. But 95% of the time, I'm content with my journey. I'm content with my path in life because I'm developing skills. I'm developing knowledge. I'm more ahead of myself last year. I'm more ahead of myself than I was 5 years ago. I'm more ahead of myself than I was yesterday. Not in terms of dollar amount, not in terms of the zeros that are in my bank account, but in terms of here and here. Mentally, physically, I know I'm getting better every single day, and I'm happy because of that. So quickly, let's run over the comment here. This is from, and honestly, thank you so much, Lou Soldat, for your comment here. I love seeing comments like this. I love that you took the time to, you know, show your experiences in the world and document it and kind of, you know, say like, you know, I'm not happy with life right now. I don't think a lot of us are happy with life right now. Most people are going paycheck to paycheck are not happy because along with not being able to conquer your passions in life, you're not financially successful. So both of these aspects of you know, like you're a human being here and you're trying to live this life and this life, and it's like, it's a constant battle, it's a constant struggle. For me right now, I don't remember which fist I did for the money and for the passion, but I'm more on my passion. I don't care because if I die right now, I'm happy because I'm doing everything to build up what I'm passionate about. Human experiments, growth hormone testing, all these aspects of what I want to see in the world is what I'm doing. I'm here discussing these things. I'm here interacting with people like this, like with people with so much passion and energy and drive that this makes me so happy right now. This makes me content right now that I can sit here at 11:30 in the morning and I can discuss this kind of stuff. So thank you so much, Lou Soldat. Let's just jump right into this comment here. So Lou Soldat there gave a quick rundown of his grocery run, and he said, you know, chicken thighs because they're cheap, maybe a pork loin chop because it's cheaper than a fucking sirloin, baby carrots, snap peas, green beans. He says, LOL, I'm poor and I hate life. At least I'm strong and in shape, I guess. I don't even know what the point is anymore. I work 5 graveyard shifts a week in residential buildings full of millionaires. Every time they go out to the bar or restaurant, they order a drink and they leave $5 tips, probably regularly. But for the guy who has the keys to their fucking houses, I get jack shit. And as a Christmas bonus, I get a fucking box of chocolate macadamia nuts that I gave to a bum because that shit would murder all the work I put in. Fuck this shit, man. I'm just going to ride out the holidays and then probably kill myself. I pay $1,000 a month for 400 square feet close to work just so I can make it to work because I don't have a car and can never afford one. I love how I have to work for 2 weeks so I can buy a $500 suit so I can get back to work the next week because I slipped on ice and ripped my pants and jacket on the pavement while shoveling the driveway in the middle of the night to make sure their Bentleys and Porsches don't slip and get dinged. And so they can come back from a night of clubbing and spending thousands of dollars on alcohol and tips. Seriously, what's the fucking point? I have no social life because my sleep schedule is fucked up, so even though I'm 6'6", 225 pounds of mostly muscle, I can't even get a girlfriend because I'd have no time for her, let alone no money. Do you know how shitty it feels to have a girl look at you and you have to look away because you know you have nothing to offer them and no way to take care of them? I'm definitely at my wit's end for caring about this shit life. And you know, like, I'm gonna hop into my comment here, but this is exactly how I used to feel. I used to feel this on a day-to-day basis. It's like, what is the point of participating in this life if everything I'm doing on a day-to-day basis is just to pay half the amount of money just to go to work the next day? And then the rest of the money is just going to food so that I can live and be healthy? Like, what's the point? Where am I gonna find happiness in this? And this is where I hopped into it. So let's just get into this here. So I said, brother, do you think my life is grandiose and amazing? I'm a server and I'm basically in your exact situation. I serve some of the richest people in London on the daily and document my life on YouTube, yet I can barely afford to put gas in my Jeep every day. But I know the skills and the knowledge I've developed helping to get me to where I want to be in life, and one day I will get there. Prior to this, I worked in an underground gold mine for about 2 years after college. I worked 73.5 hours every single week. I worked 10.5-hour shifts, 7 days a week for 4 weeks straight, and I got paid about $20 an hour. Now, I know that might seem amazing, but I work next to real miners in that mine because my company was contracted out by the mine. So I worked with people who were actually hired by the mine there, and they made $50 to $60 an hour. And on top of that, they got huge bonuses every single day. So they were making more like $80 to $100 an hour. So just in like your situation there, buddy, where you're working next to millionaires, I've felt that too, man. Just because you don't see that aspect of my life in that time in my life. Many people who right now who are successful, Ty Lopez, Gary Vee, all these people who started from the bottom, they've had to work, they've had to grind. And this is the whole point. This is why I think it's important to be documenting yourself on YouTube, is because now you get to see that grind from the start. I get to watch someone like Christian Guzman, and I get to see from the very start what it took for him to start his gym and to get him to the aspect of where he is at now. You could look at him now and be like, oh man, you have everything made. Look at you, your life's awesome. He worked, he grinded his ass off. He put in hours and hours, days, months, years to get to where he's at now. And we got to see that. I get to see that. You can go back and watch that and document that. And that is what I'm trying to show you guys as well, is that, you know, hopefully one day I'll make it to this aspect of life where, you know, money is coming in and I don't have to worry about it and I can take care of my family and money is not an issue. Right now, that is not where it's at. And I want you guys to see that and I want you guys to understand that. And, you know, I honestly made a video about 5 to 6 months ago where I explained my financial situation and I told you guys that I'm in debt. And, you know, I asked some people who I personally, you know, take advice from, and they're like, you know, this is probably not the best video to put out there in the world. But the more I discover my path and the more I learn from my journey, I think it is important. One thing, like, people don't want to discuss wages at work. They don't want to discuss the dollar amount they make. I think it's important to discuss these things. People want to, don't talk about money. Ooh, don't talk about that. Why not? This is something we all have to do as human beings. Right now, we all have to make that money. So what's wrong with talking about it? What's wrong with discussing it? I think it's important to discuss it. And in this video, I'm going to go more in detail about my debt. I'm not going to go into specific numbers. I'm not going to go into specifics. Maybe in the future, depending on how things work out, I will go into specifics about it. But I want you guys to know this. I want you guys to know and understand that. You know, like right now, every minute of my day is working to help me out 5 years from now. Who knows where I will be at 5 years from now? I have absolutely no idea. Hopefully you guys are proud of that man that I'm building up to, and hopefully I am proud of that man. But as of right now, I am not successful in terms of money. You guys have to base your following off of me based off more than just money and success and power, because I don't have any of that. And to be honest, I don't want that. I don't want you guys to follow my journey just because I am successful in terms of the dollar amounts in my bank account or how much money I spend on the daily. I want you guys to be watching and following my journey based off of, like my morals, my values, and my ideas and my philosophies in life. And this is what I think everyone should be following everyone over. Not for how pretty they are or how much money they make. But let's go back into this here. So, as I was saying there, some of these miners, they're making almost $80 an hour while I'm making 20 bucks an hour, and I'm doing about 4 times the amount of actual laborious work that they have to do. For 10.5 hours straight, some shifts, I was just pulling pipe out of the ground. 3,000 feet of pipe in 10-foot sections, each weighing about 60 pounds each. I had to take these, put them up in a rack, then take this core out of the ground, then put the 3,000 feet back down. It wasn't easy. It was some of the hardest shit I did in my life. But to become the man I am right now, I had to do that. I had to learn what I didn't want to do. Because if I always had in the back of my head, you know what? I can go up, I can just make $20 to $30 to $40 an hour and life will be good. No, it won't be. Because money isn't the answer to happiness. And I'm glad I learned that at the age of like 20 to 22. I learned that so young that, it doesn't matter how much money is in your bank, because it's not going to make you happy. You have to be living the life that's going to make you happy. So while I was in that hole in the ground, while I was 6,000 feet underground in the heat, 25-degree heat, wearing full coveralls, sweating my ass off, doing extremely laborious work, I questioned my life. I was like, what is the point of all this? You think you can't meet a woman? Working 5 graveyard shifts a week? You still have the fucking weekends off, bro. I worked for 4 weeks straight, 28 days straight, non-stop, 28 days in a hole. I would then come back for 2 weeks off. Of those 2 weeks, the first day I'm basically sleeping and recovering. One of the days going back there is all flying up there. So I basically have 10 days where I have to come back, see my family, see my friends, and make a girlfriend and a life in that time? You have a lot better of a shot than I ever did then. So I said to him, I was like, it wasn't until I read a book called Mastery by Robert Greene that I realized that I needed to quit my job and fulfill my life task. I wasn't fighting for the things I was actually passionate about in this world. I realized I was taking the shortcuts in life. I went to school for the easiest and fastest thing I could get out of that would give me the quickest and highest paying job I could get. And I took those shortcuts in life in order to achieve what I thought was happiness. So I said to him, I was like, man, I really suggest not ending your life. There is a meaning behind your struggles. There's a meaning you see the world from this light. You need to represent that in the world. There's a reason behind those struggles, and this book will help to show you that. It will help to show you how people like Albert Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci, Thomas Edison, Benjamin Franklin, and all these other great men and women from the past, they were just like us. They struggled. They saw aspects of life and society that they did not agree with, and instead of just following the same path everyone else did, they carved out their own path. They said, you know what, fuck the money, fuck the typical way to build your life. And they developed skills, they developed knowledge, and they made huge strides for humanity. Lou saw that you have a life task. You have something you need to fulfill. But first, you need to find out what that passion is. You may already know what that passion is. It may take you a year, it may take you 10 years, or it may take you your whole lifetime to figure that out. But just sitting around and hoping something is gonna happen isn't. You have to start building skills, you have to start building knowledge, you have to start experimenting around with life and finding what it is you are passionate about and what it is you aren't passionate about. And then, once you discover what you're passionate about, you're gonna have to develop more skills and more knowledge to critique that so you can actually do something with that passion. And hell, All that work, all that skill and knowledge development over the course of your life may lead up to 1 minute or 5 minutes in your life where you actually do something with all those skills and all that knowledge and all that passion, and it all comes together in a summation of who you are, and you actually prove yourself to the world. And this will be the ultimate form of happiness and contentment in your life, because you made your life worthwhile. All that skill and knowledge development, all the struggles from the past led you up to this thing. But if this thing is just collecting money, it doesn't matter which way you take. It doesn't matter if you screw people over in the process. It doesn't matter if you're an asshole along the way, because you'll eventually develop that money, but you won't have conquered your passion. Your life won't be of any worth. So I said to him here, if you want to check out more about this, if you want to learn more about Mastery by Robert Greene, I made a whole blog post about this and about working underground in a gold mine and how I learned my passion from this book. So if you guys are interested and you want to learn more about this, that blog post will be in the description box below. I really suggest going to check that out. Along with that, I also suggested him checking out a video about how to achieve happiness. Now, it's not a laid out step-by-step program on how to achieve happiness in your life, but basically, it's a lot about what I discussed in this video, is that you are not going to get happiness from chasing money. Personally, I believe the ultimate form of happiness and how you achieve happiness is not constantly having positive emotions filtering through every minute of the day. Being happy means being content. Being content means you are satisfied with your journey. I'm not constantly happy. If you see me out there in the world, I got this resting bitch face going on because that's just who I am. But I'm constantly analyzing life. I'm constantly watching and observing and documenting and keeping notes and tracking things, and that is what is content for me. I don't need to be this person who's constantly engaged in conversation to feel happy. I'm more content sitting back and watching the world unfold and drawing my own analysis from that. I'm more content watching other people being engaged in their passions and then learning and watching that. So that is contentment for me, is watching other people along their path in life and analyzing that and judging that and drawing observations from that. And I would not be content with that unless I had all this knowledge and skills and I've read and researched and watched all these other people in the past and I'm able to draw these conclusions from that. Happiness is this collection of skills and knowledge you've developed. So if you guys are interested, you want to learn more about what I believe is happiness and what I believe it takes to achieve happiness in your own life, that video will pop up at the top of your screen, let's say, right here, and you can also find it in the description box below as well. But I'm just gonna wrap up this whole comment here, and I said, I am still stumbling along my path. I'm still stumbling upon my life task and my journey through this life. I don't know if what I'm doing is right, but I believe that the skills and the knowledge I'm building and have built in the past is helping me to become the man I aspire to be. And every day, I'm getting closer. This is what makes me content in life. Whatever happens out there in the world, it just doesn't feel as if it has a big of an effect on me because it's not stopping me from progressing and achieving every single day. So, does it actually really matter? Does it really matter that I had to stay at work an extra hour the other night just because two ladies wanted to sit there and have an extra glass of wine and wanted to sit there and just talk and Snapchat between each other? I could get mad and I could let that fester up emotions and rile me up for the whole night and then ruin the rest of my night. Or I could just not allow it to affect me. I might have missed out on an hour of editing or an hour of reading that I could have been using to build up my skills and knowledge, but does it actually really matter? Am I gonna allow this to affect me negatively? Am I gonna allow this to put negative thoughts in my head to that person? No, because it's not actually gonna benefit me, or even it's just gonna hinder my own life. So hopefully, loose soul, that you see that through here is that, festering and riling up your emotions is not going to help you. Getting angry at yourself is not gonna change your positioning in life, and it might actually hold you back. The only thing that is going to excel you is building skills and building knowledge in those situations. Looking at those situations positively. Maybe interacting with those millionaires and saying, how can I use my situation here where I'm interacting with these people who have tons of money, and how can I use that to benefit myself? Not how can I steal money from them, but how can I interact with them? How can I learn their situation? Maybe you can learn something from them. Maybe one of these millionaires was a person who started out just like you. But because you have this assumption that they're just rich, you'll never learn, you'll never benefit, you'll never grow skills and knowledge based off their situation. And that is your own downfall. That is your own loss. So I tried to be positive for him there. I tried to give him some insight on how to, benefit his own life. Here, as the Hungarian experiment, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I don't give a fuck what you do with your life. Go do whatever you want. But as the Hungarian experiment, and hopefully this database of human experiments that I'm trying to grow and develop for the world here, is that my job, what I'm trying to do as the Hungarian experiment, is open your eyes into your own life. Whether you're doing things right or whether you're doing things wrong, I want you to open your eyes into the aspects and to the factors that are affecting you and your life, your body, your mind, and your lifestyle. That is all I am here for. So along with that, I'm trying to develop a philosophy. I'm trying to develop an understanding of how anyone can take these ideas and can benefit with them for themselves. And that's what I mean with skill and knowledge building. I'm not here to tell you what skills you need to build. I'm not here to tell you what knowledge you need to build, because the knowledge you may need to build, the skills you may need to build, may be completely different than the skills and knowledge I need to build. But the aspects of building skills and knowledge, no matter which skills and which knowledge you build, they will benefit you. They will help you to grow. But not building skills, not building knowledge is not going to help you at all in life. It's not going to help you find out your passion. Just sitting and waiting and hoping to be happy, hoping to win the lottery, hoping that person is going to walk into your life and make everything better is not going to happen. You have to start doing it. You have to be participating. And then he responded to my comment there, and this is why I want to discuss my financial situation and my debt, because with YouTube, with watching people on a screen, you can make wild assumptions. And especially, this platform, YouTube, I find it amazing. I find, you have the opportunity to be as open and honest as possible. But if you watch some of these main vloggers, the boyfriend versus girlfriend prank channel, you watch Casey Neistat, you watch any of these people who are doing daily vlogs and they have millions upon millions of subscribers and people watching their videos on a day-to-day basis, is that there's a lot of aspects that they don't show you in their life.
Yeah. Okay, if I make you one of these, do you want to make these with me?
Oh.
We were so busy the last 3 days because of Prank Academy with all the media.
It's not clickbait. I really am ending the vlog.
You guys, I want to take a year off the internet.
Okay, hold on.
I need to take a year off the internet.
I don't know how I'm gonna keep doing the vlogs, so it's just not worth it.
A lot of stuff goes on that we don't record, of course, because we only want to show the positivity and awesomeness of our vlogs, and we don't show a lot of the hardships of our vlogs, and we try not to. And
so everybody thinks everything's perfect, that we have a perfect life, and it's really not at all what people sometimes think. Everybody has problems, everybody has issues, and we choose not to put that in the videos usually.
They don't show you the negativity, they don't show you the arguments, they don't show you all that stuff behind it. So it's very easy to make assumptions. It's very easy, and this is what I'm just gonna read his comment here. So Lou Solda said, "You make $200 a night in tips. Your life isn't grandiose, but you have a life, and you have a beautiful girlfriend, and you have money coming out of your ass. I have jack shit except my health, which is all I can control. I wasted 4 years in post-secondary fulfilling my parents' aspirations for me to get a bachelor's degree, which I got, and it got me jack shit. I'm sick of chasing nothing while giving all I have to give." Again, he says, "You make $200 a night in tips. I make nothing all year. Give me a fucking break. Keep reading your books. People actually have life to struggle with and don't have time for books of wishful thinking and happy feelings. I'm trapped and it's not my own doing at all. I've worked my ass off for years and have no way out because of how I was born and the people in my own life who have taken advantage of me and used me for years. It's over from what I can see. I eat chicken thighs and carrots every day because that's all I can afford. You get $200 a night for doing jack shit. Fuck this life. So this is where, this is like the type of mentality I just don't understand. It's like, one, here you're saying you get $200 a night for doing jack shit. Come on down to Icarus. Come on down. You want to see how hard I work on a Friday and Saturday night? Some of the nights I'm there till 2, 3 in the morning because I'm cleaning up after people. I'm cleaning up after you say, oh, you're shoveling the cars of millionaires. Sometimes I have to clean up their puke. Sometimes I have to clean up their litter on the floor. They throw bones on the floor. Not like medieval times, but you know, shit falls off the floor. I have to clean up after baby shit. I have to clean up after baby puke. You think I have money coming out of my ass? I make $9 an hour. I make a server's wage. I basically as a server in Canada, you are a slave because you're making slave money. I work next to 16, 17, 18-year-olds. Even when I worked back at Pizza Hut, I worked with people 10 years younger than me. I worked with people who had 10 years less experience than me, and I got paid less than them. I got paid $2.50 less than them every single hour. So if I didn't get any tables while I worked at Pizza Hut, or I got some shitty ass people who didn't want to leave a tip because they thought, oh, you're a server and you get money out of your ass, I'm literally working for like a slave. So make all the assumptions you want, brother. Make them. Judge me. Judge me all you want. Say, oh, people in real life don't have time to read books. And this is what I'm trying to say. Brother, I had the same mentality as you. Until I was about 18 to 20 years old, I didn't fucking read books. I had the same type of mentality. I need to make my money. I don't have time for this shit. My life is shit. I'm constantly just building off the life that I had. My mother came to Canada when she was pregnant with me. We had fucking nothing, bro. We had nothing. Drake wants to say he started from the bottom. Motherfucker. My family didn't even know English when they came to this country. Yes, I have a beautiful girlfriend. We both work our ass off every week. Every week, she's doing 40-hour shifts. On top of that, she's going to school right now. She actually has 2 jobs. She's volunteering at a museum so she can help build the skills and knowledge to eventually get to where she wants to be in life. Because she sees the path. She sees the journey. She understands the struggles. She knows that if she wants to have a good life and she wants to be proud of the life that she wants when she's 30 or 40 years old, that she has to work her ass off right now. And why does she see that? I'm not saying it's all because of me, but she sees that I'm working my ass off too. And when the two of us come together, it's synergistic. We don't spend every single day together. I wish we did. It's amazing when I get to wake up in the same bed with her. It's amazing when I get to close my eyes next to her. But do you think she would want to be with me if I had a shitty negative attitude in life? She wouldn't want to be with me if I wasn't building skills and knowledge. And that takes out from how much time we actually get to spend with each other. But we both know that the time and the effort that we're putting in right now, I know that the effort, the half an hour I'm spending on making this video right now, hopefully 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it's gonna mean that we're gonna be closer together. And hopefully we'll have the money and the finances to grow the family and live the lifestyle that we want together. But you think I have money coming out of my ass right now? I'm struggling just as hard as you are, brother. We're all struggling. Anyone going from paycheck to paycheck is struggling right now. So you wanna fight me? You want to not listen to me? You want to seek me for advice? And then the very next comment here, you want to say, muting this convo, don't bother replying because I don't want you to reply and tell yourself that you tried because you really haven't? Again, like I said, I don't care what you do with your life. I'm only here to open your eyes to these aspects. But is this not trying, man? Of course I can't come there. Of course I can't pick you up and get you out of bed and slap you in your face and make you feel better and make you feel more positive about yourself and about your own life. Only you can do that for yourself. But are you really trying to say that I'm not fucking trying right now? Because that is disrespectful. That is disrespectful that I just spent 20 minutes out of my life responding to you and to your comment because you're saying how negative you're looking at your life and how much you're possibly debating killing yourself because you don't have any passion in this life anymore. I typed this whole comment out and then I went straight to work there because I had about half an hour before I had to go to work and I could have spent my time editing, I could have spent my time reading, but I decided to respond to your comment here. I decided to try. And then I'm at work for 2 hours, I'm serving people, running back and forth, sweating, cleaning off dishes, cleaning off nasty people's utensils and all the things that they've touched and drank and all this disgusting stuff, cleaning toilets. And I get a quick opportunity to check check the comments on this video, and I see here you're deciding to mute it? You don't want to take any of the advice that I put out there, and that's fine. I understand you don't want to take the advice, but why did you even comment this? Do you just want people to feel bad for you, to feel sorry for you? This video would go on way too long here, but some people left some great responses. So I'm gonna post these responses right here on the screen. I really suggest pausing the video or screenshotting the video and reading these guys' perspectives on life. They, just like myself, tried to give their own situation. They tried to one guy was saying here, I was recently homeless. And another guy is discussing, how he had no worth in his own life because of the money. But because he changed his attitude and his aspect, he's now a software engineer. And you, as a shoveling Porsche, shoveling all the snow, you might see that software engineer walk by you. And you might say, fuck this guy with his awesome life. But you don't see the start. You don't see where it took him to get there. And that's why I think it is important to have human experiments in the world. And I felt it was very important for me to finally make this video and to discuss my debt and to discuss how far I am in debt right now. Because if I had money coming out of my ass, I wouldn't be asking you guys for funding to get this growth hormone testing going. I would be paying for this myself. I wouldn't be working 35 to 40 hours a week at a job if I had money coming out of my ass, because I would be putting my money and my time to things that I'm passionate about in this world. I don't mind being at work. I don't mind serving people because at that time I'm building skills and knowledge. But every time I leave my passion to go to work, a piece of me just breaks because it's like, fuck, I could be putting another 6 to 8 hours into what I'm passionate about, but right now I have to go and be a slave for money. And I know that feeling, brother, and it sucks, and it's horrible. And, sometimes it can make you feel like you don't even want to participate in this life anymore. And like I said, I still feel like that every once in a while. But day to day, like this morning I woke up and I was content because I looked through my phone and I saw all this stuff that I want to do and I want to accomplish and I want to conquer today and tomorrow on my day off and for the next week. But if I didn't have this passion, my life would suck. My life would only be there for the money. And my girlfriend would not want to be with me because I wouldn't be doing things that I'm passionate for. I'd be doing it for the money. And I would have different values and different morals in this life. So that's all I can say about this. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. This video took a lot for me to come out. As I mentioned there, finances, money is something that I feel we should all be discussing in this world, but it's still a very, it's poo-poo, it's a faux pas. People don't want to talk about this. People don't want to discuss this in their lives. And like I said there, I had a previous video made up about 6 months ago. It was actually summertime and I was sitting right out there. And I made the video. I discussed it with my mom, I discussed it with my girlfriend, I discussed it with a few other people that, you know, I hold their opinions very dearly to my heart, and I took their advice, and I thought, you know, maybe it wasn't right to post it, but as I said there, the more I get upon my journey, I realize that I am a human experiment in this world. All I can do is be as open and honest with you guys as possible. All I can do is represent the factors in my life and hopefully show you guys how I'm changing and how I'm progressing and how I'm growing through this. Success for me isn't a dollar amount. It isn't the amount of zeros in my bank account. I feel successful every single day because I get to interact with you guys. I get to display my opinions and my ideas out there in the world, and then I get people out there being able to critique it and criticize it. And you know, Lou Soldat, this might seem like this was angry for me or upsetting for me, but this is another piece of skill. This is another piece of knowledge that is helping me to grow upon my path, to help me grow upon my journey and help me to become the man I always aspire to be. So thank you very much, Lou Soldat. Thank you, Jonathan Tricoli. Thank you, Chris Zett, for your responses on this YouTube comment here. I really appreciate it. Again, you guys are helping me to become the man I always aspire to be. So thank you guys so much. If you guys like this video here, please go hit that like button. And I want to know what you guys think. Are you in this situation right now? Are you hating life because of the money? Or are you a person who used to hate life and you completely changed everything? You develop skills, you develop knowledge, you optimize your hormones, and now you are in a place in your life where you can actually say, look guys, you can change yourself, you can become better. Because I'd love to hear your experience, and I bet, you know, Lou Soldat would love to hear someone who was in his type of a situation and made a huge change in their life. One person, and I know he doesn't want his name talked about and discussed too much on here, but Fred, he donated to my growth hormone testing journey, and he actually sent a check over to help me fix my Jeep because I was in such a financial situation that I would not have been able to fix my Jeep. And to be honest, with the way things are going right now, I thought I could get it fixed by springtime, and I don't even think I could have done that, because I'm just constantly paycheck to paycheck to paycheck right now. But Fred is one of these guys who, he is in a place in his life where he knows, he's seen the journey, he's experienced the journey, he knows that the skills and knowledge helped him to get him to in a place where he wants to be in life, and he is now able to take the finances and the money that he's made and give it to people who has that passion in life, has that energy to actually make a change and hopefully make a change for other people out there in the world. So one day, if I can get my financial situation fixed and I'm in the opportunity to help others, trust me, that is one of the first things I want to do. I want to represent what I want to see in this world, and I want to be someone like Fred. Because Fred, thank you so much for everything that you have done for me. You have helped me so much that I would be hindered in terms of the skills and knowledge I've developed, because I would have had to take time out of my life to work more. So thank you so much, Fred. Thank you so much to everyone who has commented and left their responses to this YouTube comment. You guys are absolutely amazing. So once again, hit that like button and leave me a comment, because I want to know your guys' experiences in this world. I am the Hungarian Experiment.